Okay, let's start Visual Studio Code and let's see if we can get it configured, and we will first need to create a directory. And there are several ways you could do this. I'm going to go into the Macintosh Finder. You can do this with the Windows Finder or Explorer. But I'm going to do this in my projects 1015 directory because, yes, I have a few projects, and we'll go and find the 1015 directory. And in the 1015 directory, I'm going to create a new thing. A new folder called Homework 1. Alright, this is the folder that doesn't have anything in it yet, but we're going to go in there and we're actually going to build our project. So we're going to do Open Folder, and we're going to select this folder that we just created, Homework 1, and open it. And that gives us a screen that looks like this. And what we'd like to do is click on, Homework 1, and I want to create a file. That's right there where it says New File. And we'll just call it hello world.py. The .py is important, the file extension. And we now should be able to edit this file. And in the file, put in print hello world. Now, chances are when I edit this that the menu on a Mac is going to be way up at the top, and I don't want to make the video that big. So I am actually going to go up here and click on the File menu and say Save. Now, if we go and look in our File Explorer, we should have that file there. And yes, we have a file named helloworld.py now. Now, there are other files that we need to create for this project, but we're going to get to those in just a minute. If you come down here to if you come over here to Run, we need to create a launch JSON file. That's this blue link right here. And we want it to be a Python file. That's currently listed as the default, but we need one of these created, and hopefully that will have created that launch.json file. And now when we come back to Hello World, we have the ability to see this little green triangle to actually run this guy, and we can click on it. And you actually need to click on the triangle, and it ran it. Now, unfortunately, it ran it with the wrong Python. On a Macintosh, there's already a version installed, you see right down here, and that's not the one we want to use. But we can now change that we've configured the Python, and if I click on where it says Python 217 down here in the status bar at the bottom, you'll see that it says right here, here is our Anaconda Python 3.8. We want to click on that. And now we've set the correct version of Python for this, and we should be able to turn around and run it again, and we'll be in the right version of Python. And if you look in your output terminal, it says right there, Hello World. So it actually printed and ran. Now, in the process of doing this, I've started out with a completely fresh install of Visual Studio Code. You notice mine is named Visual Studio Code 2. Yours will just be named Visual Studio Code because you didn't take one and throw it away and install a new one. But I'd like to have this Python linter. This is a useful tool, and so I'm going to click Install, and I'm going to do install using Conda because Anaconda is the version of Python that we're using for this class, and that's the one that will actually work with our stuff. So Now that we've got the correct version of Python set, we can actually install the correct linter. And lint is a program that goes out and analyzes your code to figure out if there are obvious mistakes in it. So anything that the computer can do to help me avoid mistakes, I want it to do. Now, at the end of running this, hopefully we can turn around, we can still run it. And yes, that is basically completing the first homework.